So I'm assuming there's some movie in the Conjuring franchise that you've seen. So Annabelle, have you seen Annabelle? The 2014 Annabelle?
No.
Well, I mean, if we're going to complete the series, you got to watch Annabelle.
You son of a...
There's nothing like
Here we are again,
seeing
watching another freaking horror film.
There's nothing like seeing things through, right? Starting a job.
I hate completionists. Did I ever tell
Do
you
you
that?
actually?
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I am one
Right.
myself.
You don't have anything against.
I see things through to the finish, but
right.
I don't
Well, you
necessarily.
You have been. and I commend you.
I'm a stubborn old fool. We'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I appreciate
I don't think
it.
I'm a true completionist.
Oh.
And I definitely don't appreciate a completionist at the moment.
Hello and welcome to the Movie Men podcast.
Yeah, I guess we're the B team.
And that's Carl.
That's Brady.
Yeah. Yeah. We're working through, well, I mean, not as like an official thing. It's just I kind of shoehorned in a series by virtue of the fact that
You can do it.
that
It's your choice.
You gave me the power every other week to make you watch whatever
to
movie
pick
I want you to
something.
watch.
Yeah, that I haven't seen.
That you haven't seen. And so we've been working through.
Yeah.
You know, don't you wish that like 5 years ago you just sat your ass down and you're like, you know what, I'm feeling spooky. And,
No, not once. Not
Oh.
once. Not ever.
So you're preferring, like, given the two options, having sat down by yourself and watched them 5 years ago versus, you know, hanging out with your buddy and
Well, I definitely would have sat down and watched these by myself.
fair.
That seems like a stupid thing to do.
So I have been making Carl every other week watch the next film in the Conjuring universe. So that includes the Conjuring films, the Nun films, and the Annabelle films. But we haven't been doing it in order of release. We've been doing it in timeline order, chronological order. So that means we started out with the Nun, then we did Annabelle Creation, then we did the Nun 2, and now we have done Annabelle. Mm-hmm. The fourth film in our little adventure.
Creepy dolls be creepy.
The second film released in the franchise. This was released after the first Conjuring film, sort of as like a spinoff.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yep.
And you jumped twice, at least twice.
At least twice.
Well,
the one you said while we were watching it, at a moment you paused it and went and did something. I was like, I don't remember jumping to that, but
yeah,
I guess
but you definitely did. But the second one,
there was definitely two others after that.
Oh, two others. See, I missed one then.
There was the priest,
Father
bit.
Perez getting yanked away from the door of the church. Was there another one that got you later on, like in the climax?
But like, yeah, I don't know. We'll get into it. But.
Okay. Initial impressions. I think that no two ways about it. I think this is a fairly weak installment in this franchise. I think that it does many things better than Annabelle Creation did. However, I think it lacks a certain... There's things about this film that I like. Things about this film that future films in this franchise are going to do better than this has done.
Right.
And we'll get into that and what those things are. There's some things it does well. There's some things that it doesn't do so well. But ultimately, it kind of leaves me just feeling a lack of budget. Like, it just never... The climax feels like a really small set piece to me. It doesn't feel like we really reach a point where...
The second half of the film, not that films aren't broken up into halves, they're usually broken up into 3 acts.
3 acts.
But I would say the second half of the film takes place in an apartment.
There's an apartment.
Yeah, so it's that an apartment is a small set piece.
Yeah, but there's a
still 2-bedroom apartment.
There's still ways to.
I guess it's 3-bedroom. But
there's still ways that I think they could have done that better. That's something we'll get into because I can't really explain that without expanding on one of my points. But that's not what an initial impression is. I don't think it's a bad film, but I think it's arguably, as far as creepy factor goes, with a couple of exceptions, I think it's one of the weaker, if not the weakest, that we've watched so far. What do you think?
Yeah, so like directly comparing it, initial impression of, I guess it would be that I would directly comparing it to Annabelle Creation. I think it's spookier than Annabelle Creation.
Okay.
Well, yes. I think it's got a little
even
bit
though
more
they still
spook
show us the
factor,
demon.
Even though they still show us the demon. But I think it's a crappier story.
Yes.
And crappier storytelling. And that drags everything else down. Like,
yeah, okay.
It does, yeah.
Interesting.
I think that would be, we'll leave it there for my initial impression.
So the thing that I really dig about this one that we have not gotten yet in this franchise until now, but like I said, future installments in this franchise will do a better job of. There's an aspect in horror films, in supernatural, haunting horror films, that I really like. Whether that's Poltergeist or kind of a film like this, or Amityville horror type, old-fashioned, either haunted house or haunted object thing. And that is the feeling of we're screwed. Because in The Nun, it's like, yeah, okay, there's really horrible stuff going on here, but y'all showed up, y'all walked into this, right? And it's not really attached to either one of you. You're sort of there as demon hunters.
You've been called in because something's up.
But
Somebody
you could probably turn around and walk away, and it would probably be okay, right? Like,
well, it wouldn't be okay.
But it's probably not.
Okay,
it's probably not going to follow you.
Yeah, you're avoiding the conflict.
In Annabelle Creation, the demons contained in that room, right? The doll's been locked up in the room with all the scriptures and stuff. With all this, but still, at that point, it's like most of the children and the nun and whoever else, like, you can all just piss off. Like, you don't. You're kind of staying in this house. It's more attached to the house and the family in the house, the father and the parents, than it is you. And the parents aren't really the main characters of the story. So again, our main characters are kind of injecting themselves.
They get Snoopy.
In The Nun 2, again, it's more, it just feels circumstantial, right? Sister Irene's coming back in to try to save the day again. I guess, but like Frenchie's already possessed at that point. This one really has this, like, look, we've thrown out the doll keeps coming back. It's taken the baby. It's in the house. We moved. It followed us. It's helpless.
It's become a parasite to the family.
And I love that. Because that really gives you that
inescapable,
unsettling, like, what do you even do at this point feeling? Which is why I don't think it's unrealistic, really, that she was like at the point where she's going to jump out the window because she sees no out.
Other way. Yeah.
Now,
I think that's, now that you're saying that, it kind of unlocks kind of the things that I think it does better in terms of like the creating tension and creep factor. I think it all hinges probably on that. All the little things it does, it's like of the inescapability. Yeah.
But my gripe, and the reason why I think other films moving forward do a better job of that, is that it doesn't, in the whole small set piece thing, I just don't ever feel like we truly, like, we get a little bit of it with the storage cage in the basement and the elevator that doors keep opening on the same floor.
It doesn't go up.
That's creepy as hell. Like that's a great sequence. But I just, for whatever reason, like, I feel like we just don't kneel on that wound heavily enough. We have that moment, but we just kind of, like, you know, when you're watching a movie and you're like, oh shit, I think this is wrapping up. Like, I think we're coming down now off from the mountain, and I guess we peaked, and I didn't realize that we peaked because I feel like the peak should have been peakier.
At most, it's plateaued.
Right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, there's just not quite enough. Like, I feel like things don't get, like, yes, the baby's missing, but I don't feel like things get bad enough for the climax of a horror film, right? Like, I don't feel like we truly reach a point where, you know, pea soup is being vomited and like we don't hit that kind of level of, oh shit, that's
interesting.
Dark.
Yeah. So for me, I feel like it's probably maybe a little bit of that, but more like at some point during the second act, before things start getting really hairy, I'm like, I'm sitting watching it. Sorry, I got like a frog in my throat or something.
That's okay. Carl's
ribbit
smoking weed a minute ago, and it's.
I found myself asking.
He actually wasn't.
Why do I care?
Right.
Like, I don't care about that. Like,
the characters.
The first act, I was just like, okay, are we killing time? When are they moving on to the important people?
Yeah.
And the second act didn't do much better. So the whole time I'm like, where's the main character? We're the main characters outside of the creepy doll.
And they do at least personally, like, they, you know, there's a little bit of an emotional factor in the sense that the main victim, or the one in the crosshairs here, is a defenseless baby, which adds a factor to it. Yeah. But even then I'm like, I don't want anything to happen to the baby, and it makes me uncomfortable that it is a baby. That adds like an extra oh no factor to it. But you're still never like, I don't know.
Yeah. So I feel like this is a hard thing to kind of reconcile because the baby, right? But like,
there's a baby.
I'm a monster. I don't care. Screw you.
About the
baby. Like, I think having the baby present throughout the story, and it's kind of like you think it's the target.
Yeah.
Till the pretty much right near the end.
Right near the end.
When you find out, no, the demon's just using the baby as leverage for its intended
playing
target.
A game. It knows it can't have the baby. So all the time that it's saying her soul, her soul, her soul, the demon knows it's not going to get the baby's soul.
Yeah.
It's screwing with her.
Yeah.
So that you get that reveal where she's like, there's got to be another way. And the demon then swings open the beautiful windows. Yeah. Those like double hinging windows. And it says your soul on it to Mia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the baby just kind of, I think, adds to that tension. Well done.
Right.
Bit. But I don't know. Just the way they wrote it or presented it or developed the plot, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care that much.
Yeah.
Right? Like hearing the crying baby I think that's one of the reasons the basement scene does so well is because the crying baby, the sound of a crying baby does something to us in humans that makes us upset and puts us on edge because we have a natural driven instinct to
help
to do something about it.
Yeah.
Right. Especially when it's that shrill, really high pitched, I'm in trouble kind of cry.
Yeah. So then contrastly, like in any of the previous three films, the other Annabelle film and the two Nun films, did you feel yourself, I don't want to say invested because you're going to go, no, but like
no,
caring about any of the characters, right? Like Sister Irene and Frenchie, or Sister Irene and Father, whatever his name was.
I think in the Nun films, I felt more connected with them.
Right.
Like definitely the first Nun film.
Yeah.
Like the character development in those felt way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
What I find interesting, there's a couple of things while we were watching it that, I don't know, you picked it, you verbally talked about one of them, which is when the door's locked and she can't get through it, so she takes the rocking chair and knocks off the door handle.
This is a pet peeve I have.
And then it just opens.
Anytime I see something like that in cinema.
Yeah. And then it just opens. It's like,
not how door handles work.
Not how that would work. In fact, you just made it much harder for you to get that door open.
You're definitely not getting out, demon or not.
Yeah. But what I found, there was a couple other things where I was like, okay, wait, hang on a second. Like, number one is John's the doctor at the hospital now where Father Perez is being treated. And he's just sleeping in the chair next to him like he's a loved one and not a doctor who's on shift. You're brand new at this job. And then you wake up from your little nap, you make a phone call and you're like, I'm leaving now. Are you not still on shift? So he's fired. And then what I don't understand,
maybe he was done his shift and he was just hanging around,
is authorities
instead of going home to his scared wife and baby.
Authorities and police typically, I mean, I only have films to go by because I don't have a lot of real life experience with this. But typically in films, the authorities are not quick to be sympathetic to the idea that there's something supernatural afoot. So, what was the process like during the 6 months between the climax of this film and the button, when they're at church 6 months later and everything's wonderful, where they phoned 911 to inform them that there was a dead woman who doesn't live there outside of their window? The house has been terrorized. You both look like unfit parents. There's a crayon that says "her soul" written all over the ceiling. Like, how are they not getting arrested?
They got the father's vouching for them. Oh no, there's a demon. Trust me.
There's
I
a
felt
demon.
the
Yes,
evil presence.
Like, I don't know. It seems to me like, like it made sense at the start of the film because the cops come in and do the shooting.
This is where Skolder and Mully come. Skolder and, is it Mully? No, Skolder and
Sam and Dean?
No, it's X-Files.
Yeah, but X-Files was more aliens.
Aliens and supernatural.
Yeah.
They come in and they be like, oh yes, I've seen this before. And they go back to their basement in the Pentagon.
Yeah, but Sam and Dean, they just come in with fake IDs.
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah, but they're not cops, but yeah, fake IDs.
And diner burgers.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
with Kansas playing on
Start sprinkling salt everywhere.
on a little Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, these guys hate salt.
Yeah, salt, and we're gonna salt and burn the bones. Yeah. So, was there anything you liked? You said this one was spookier.
Yeah, spookier,
but not as spooky as the Nun.
They showed the not as spooky as the first one.
Okay.
The first Nuns, I think, like if we're looking at spook factor, I think that one still holds the cake.
Okay,
takes the cake. Even though they showed the demon again,
sparingly,
they did it. I feel like they did it more sparingly.
Yeah,
and they did it more tactfully in a way that amped the creep factor up where the other one kind of diminished it.
Yeah.
Right? Like when the doll gets lifted up and then the demon kind of vaguely appears in the shadow. That was pretty creepy. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think the only time it really, I think, kind of diminished it kind of this in the same way that the first one we watched, which is the second one, was like when the demon pushed the what's her name out the door near the end, jumped off the ceiling.
Neighbor lady.
Yeah, all of a sudden it appears on the ceiling and pushes
her.
Yeah, that's the first. Like, why couldn't you just, I don't know,
have her pulled up by an invisible force? Yeah. That's way creepier.
It's something that's happened. That was the first. That was the second jump. That was what I thought was the first jump scare when she got pulled.
Oh, and the house is on fire and she gets pulled back towards. That's creepy.
Yeah.
That's something about getting pulled by something you can't see.
Yeah.
Is freaky. Interesting. What I will say about all these films so far is they use CGI very sparingly. And when they do use CGI, it's usually either obscured by shadows so that it's very forgiving, or just really well done, right? Like you don't typically watch this and go, that looks a little jank, and then because you'll find they use CGI just as like,
except for when the nun gets really big and
yeah, but like I love when they use supplemental CGI. And I think a great example of this and a great moment, like a really freaky moment in this, that uses a little bit of like CGI enhancement on someone's face is when Father Perez is in the hospital, but he's also at the door. And Mia opens the door, and then you have this shot. Father Perez is facing away from Mia, away from the door. And you have this shot where you sort of get to see a little bit of Father Perez's face. And they've done a little bit of CGI, like eye enhancement, and just like
made him look real creepy.
Demoned his face up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they run his voice through some, whatever.
Scrambler, mixer.
Synthesizer stuff. Yeah. And it's just like, may God have mercy on your soul. And it's like this creepy. And that stuff I love. I wish we got more of that, because I think that plays back into the factor of what we were talking about maybe in The Nun, maybe it was the first episode, where we were saying there's something spooky to us as people about seeing something that is... No, it was when we were talking about the first Annabelle, because we're like, you showed us the demon, and the demon's like, well, us
a lot of the demon.
You showed us a lot of the demon, and it's a demon, and it's someone's...
It's obviously
decision,
a dude in a suit.
Well, and it's someone's decision-making process about what this demon's going to look like, and it's very stylized, right? Like, it's going to have to be.
Yeah.
And then we said, there's something really creepy to us as people about something that is familiar to us, but something's not quite right, right? Like it's something we know, but it's different, in a way.
I think this might not be exactly what you're trying to say, but I would interpret that kind of vibe as a person's imagination is far more vivid and scary. Will put the scariest thing in place than they can ever show you on screen.
Which is not what I'm saying, but that too, 100%.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, do you ever watch Dog River, the TV show?
No.
Oh, it's a great TV show. Good Canadian show. There's an episode where the main character, Brett Butt, is babysitting.
The corner gas guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, corner gas. What did I say? Dog River.
Dog River.
That's the name of the town. Oh my goodness.
The hell's Dog River?
Dog River is the town that Corner Gas is.
I've also never. I've maybe seen one episode of Corner Gas.
Anyway, in Corner Gas, there's a season where Brett Butt, the main character, is babysitting for his friend, and his friend's got this demonic child that's driving him crazy, and
like actually demonic?
No, just like
horrible
kid.
Because given the subject matter here, you have to specify.
They don't even show the kid; they just show like toys being thrown at him from the other room.
Right.
And they're downstairs, and it's bedtime, and he can't get him to go sleep. So he calls up his other friend, and they're both like hiding under the couch, and and so he ends up phoning his mom up, and his mom like pretty much just walks in and goes and uses the kid's full name, first, middle, last name.
Yeah.
You go to bed or I'm coming up there and you don't want to know what's going to happen. And she turned and the kid just like, you hear footsteps, door slam, and then some kind of like creak in the bed.
Yeah, so they tried to horror it up a little.
So like, well, the kid throwing stuff at him was kind of a bit of horror too.
Yeah.
But anyway, she ends up explaining it to Brett that like use their full name because it throws them off balance. They never hear their full name. And once they're off balance, you tell them what the consequence is, but you don't tell them exactly what it is. You just tell them there will be a consequence.
Right.
Because kids will come up with the worst possible punishment in their head. Than you can ever tell them.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
So it's kind of like same idea, right? Like people, we will like when an invisible force is pulling or pushing somebody, my imagination is what does this thing look like?
Right.
Versus, oh, there's a demon on the ceiling and it's jumping towards her and she gets knocked out and now the demon's gone.
What does this thing look like? Where is it?
Yeah, where is it?
How many are there?
Yeah. Even like how strong is it? Like we see it's very powerful throughout the film.
Yeah.
But once you see the physical a physical manifestation of it, it's kind of thin and scrawny.
Right.
Which in some ways is scary, but at the same time it's like, oh, I could knock that thing out.
Yeah. Wow.
Get a right hook in there. You know?
Yeah.
But that's
you're gonna get in a cage with a demon.
Yeah. But that's kind of like what we're talking about here, right? Like,
oh yeah.
Because I've seen it, I can make assumptions that they might not want me to make about it.
Right. Right. So this is maybe the wrong film to ask this about, because this was, like you've already said, like I didn't care about these people. I didn't really care. It was bad storytelling. It was a little spookier, but ultimately, I don't know. Are you? Because this is like a pulse check. I've been doing a pulse check every film so far. And last film, when we did The Nun 2, you were like,
Sure.
Are you either A, have you achieved, B, are you approaching, or C, can you see the potential in the air for you to get either A, maybe not into it, and maybe not fully like, I really care, but like somewhat invested in this universe. Now that you've had 4 films of admittedly sparse interconnectivity, because 2 have been related and then the other 2 have been related, and really the only glue that has kind of held these together so far between The Nun and the Annabelle franchise is the mention or the teasing of this Ed and Lorraine Warren, right? So we've seen a flashback. We've actually seen their faces. We've seen them giving a lecture on demonic possession and stuff like that. In this one, Father Perez name drops. He doesn't full on name drop them, but he talks about there's this only a phone call away. There's this couple, this husband and wife that the church has worked with before on this type of thing. So he's mentioning them. And then we also find out, and I do want to point out, this is a nice touch for the film, is that although this story is largely, like, the plot of this film is largely fictionalized, based on a real doll, based on a Raggedy Ann doll in real life, widely considered to be the most haunted doll ever. And they tell you, although we don't see the actual Raggedy Ann doll sitting in the actual occult museum at the actual Warren's house, we do see Annabelle in a case at the Warren's museum, and we see, like, you know, the kind of the what happens after this text, the real life stuff that comes up and says the Annabelle doll now lives in the blah blah blah, and here's a quote from Lorraine Warren, and yeah, so that's a nice touch, that like tangibility of like,
sure,
and this is real, right?
Sure.
But do you find yourself either, you know, invested in the sense that you're curious about this Ed and Lorraine Warren team and where that's going to go, or sort of, you know, the rules of this supernatural world, or where are we at? Pulse check.
So do I want to continue this franchise? No, I'm not interested. I don't really care. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be my cup of tea. I'm happy to never have seen these if that were my choice.
Right.
Do I care about this real life Ed and Lorraine or what? No. It's kind of same deal.
Are you curious?
No,
you don't.
Not
okay.
even like.
All right. So we're still not there.
No, I don't think I'm ever going to be.
And
there.
that's fine. And that's fine. I am excited for the fact that the next film in the series, the next film we're going to hit, is The Conjuring.
Okay.
That is the moment that this is where it's going to kick into high gear.
Start going uphill real fast. All right.
So there's 4 films left.
Yeah.
We've gotten through. We're halfway. There's 4 films left. And I think the next 4 films are all pretty solid.
Yeah.
Pretty solid. And 3 of the next 4 are whereas this film was a fictionalized story based on a real doll, 3 of the next 4 films are film adaptations of cases that the Warrens worked.
Okay.
Like, here's character names are the same as real life character or real life people, events are the same. This happened allegedly, right, depending on who you depending on, you
getting
know,
back to Annabelle,
what tree you lick.
I feel like there's now allegedly these are based on real stories, so they're loosely.
The Nun films, no.
Not the Nuns. I'm talking about Annabelle.
Yeah. I mean,
but
real doll with fictional stories for the films.
Yeah. But there's probably some sort of backstory that's true.
Based on Ed and Lorraine's accounts of what happened with Annabelle, I think some of those details have been peppered throughout.
Yeah. Anyway, I feel like there's some lore continuity issues.
Okay.
And they're pretty loose. Like you could
with Annabelle
swing it one way with the demon itself.
Okay.
Right. So
because the Annabelle demon's different than the Nun demon.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about Annabelle.
No, I know. I just wanted to make sure
we're talking about Annabelle.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
So,
jeez.
in this, we didn't find out in the last film, but in this film, we find out the demon wants souls.
A soul.
It's hungry for souls.
Yeah.
Whether it eats them or offers them up to Satan or makes it stronger.
Absorbs them
whatever.
Okay. I'm tracking.
So it wants souls.
Yeah. Don't we all?
And then once it gets a soul, it just moves on. It's done.
To the next soul.
Like, so like it's this, there's a couple parts to this. So part one of what I'm laying down here is essentially has this mom right where it wants her.
Yes.
And some nobody that it has no contact with up till that it's not trying
the neighbor.
Yeah. Ends up offering itself.
Right.
So it just lets the big fish go that it's got hook, line, and sinker. That seems convenient for the demon and the family, and
it does seem like that. Then they just lived happily ever after.
Yeah, like you literally had this mom ready to jump,
right?
And like essentially, you just got a 2-for-1 deal, and you walked away before you got your 2.
Right, right.
Like all you had to do is keep the baby. Mom's still distraught.
I mean, in terms of the demon's goal, I would think that the demon is probably pretty similar to people going door to door scamming elderly people into buying water filtration systems for under their sink. They're never going to be happy with just one, right?
Yeah.
You make the sale, you move on to the next one. In terms of why it was so fixated, okay, let's break it down. Because, so this demon originally latches onto Annabelle's family, the original true Annabelle, little girl who gets killed.
Yeah,
but she gets hit by a truck.
Running down this road, we're probably going to run into some of my other issues here.
So it attaches themselves to that family
through the doll.
It
uses the doll as a conduit.
It asks them. It pretends to be the spirit of their daughter.
Right. It starts popping up.
Yeah.
And then
doesn't have the, rules of demons or whatever. It's not allowed to possess the doll without the permission of the family.
Right.
And so it asks, "Can I?" while still pretending to be the daughter, and they're emotional and desperate and having trouble moving on.
So
and
within
so they
this
say
universe,
yes.
So then within this universe, demons can't do anything without permission, essentially. They can
it's limited. It seems limited.
They can toy with people.
There's some red tape.
But they can't take something or possess something without permission. They can't take a soul without permission.
Well, that's not entirely true, because
they can take life.
Malik possessed Frenchie without permission. But that could be like, Malik has been painted as this big tier demon.
But we're also like, it's the same universe. But I mean, are the writers playing by the same rules?
Well, but here's the thing, right? So, and maybe we're getting into headcanon here. I think we are.
Well, this is like, that's why I'm separating the nun from the Annabelle.
But you're just saying
because you've been calling this the Conjuring universe.
Yes.
Right? But like, is there a Kevin Feige to Marvel the way they're like, is there somebody
sort of
keeping canon in play? Like, oh no, the nun can't do that because Annabelle can't do that.
Sort of. Like James Wan, who is the creator of The Conjuring and sort of. Yeah, sort of. Okay. Probably not to the degree that Kevin Feige is. And I don't know that they're as canon crazy when it comes to these horror films than
like how involved is he
with the MCU.
Like, if he's involved in the Conjuring films,
right? How
involved is he in the nun?
He's a producer.
Annabelle?
He's an executive producer.
Right. Okay.
So, whatever that means. But so that Malik, just for shits and giggles, Malik the nun demon seems to be able to do it without permission, but also the Malik demon seems to be painted as sort of a big deal demon, right? Like they're flipping through old books and they're finding the name of Malik, and he's
been around a big long time.
The Annabelle demon is has kind of just been painted as your garden variety demon, right? Yeah. And so attaches themselves to that family. Then
has to ask permission to get in the doll.
Yes.
And then tortures the family till they lock it away in a room with scripture around it that it can't get out of.
But then gets inside of Janice.
Doesn't ask permission.
That we see. It gets inside of Janice.
Like, I'm trying to remember how it got in Janice. I'm pretty sure she doesn't give permission. Isn't it like under the, like, I think it's like when she was underneath the floorboards of the shed, wasn't she?
No, she's on, I think it happens when she's on the chair, elevator, escalator thing late at night, right? And then it like pulls her up into the air. And then the next time, and then the screen just goes black, and the next time we see her, she's not normal Janice. She's not cute, everything's fine Janice. What are you Googling?
How Janice gets possessed. That just tells us what she's like after that Reddit thread.
How did Janice get possessed? One morning, the demon possessing is...
this one
attacks and possesses her after throwing up black bile directly into Janice's mouth.
So same way as the nun.
Yeah. Linda notices changes in Janice's behavior and tells Samuel that Janice snuck in. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I found this website, Googling, with the kind of thread question, how did the demon possess Janice without permission?
Okay, other people have had the same.
Yeah. It's told a flashback, demon attached itself to Annabelle doll after permission from the Mullins. Demon started haunting Janice. Told the sister, wanted to take position, that the demon wanted permission to take her soul or something along those lines. But
into your microphone.
Later she got possessed by the demon. I don't remember any scene where Janice expressly gave permission. So that's the question.
And how do people...
If you watch other movies in the
are you getting into spoilers?
Like this is Bloomverse. Movies like
Blumhouse.
Ouija, Origin of Evil. Apparently this universe is a lot bigger than you thought it was. Or even the original Insidious trilogy.
Those aren't.
It's not ever actually about permission. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like if it's not like a big plot hole, it's a gray area,
right?
At best, because that was one of the things with the yeah,
right.
Like, and on a side note to that same kind of thing, let's say. Without headcanoning or whatever, like it can, or Janice did give permission. Now it's no longer in a doll, it's in Janice.
Yes.
Janice runs away to a demon worshipping cult.
Yes.
Where essentially it's a smorgasbord buffet of people offering themselves.
It seems like it. Seems like it.
Why would you put yourself in a situation where, like, ooh, my old home where I was starving for souls.
I don't know. Maybe
I'm
going to
jump back into the doll.
It got bored.
Like,
well, I don't think it
seems
because she comes back
like
and
a really stupid decision for a demon to make.
She comes back and she wants the doll, right? Like that's why they're there.
The demon does.
Yes, and fate has brought that doll to the house next door.
Right.
To to where her adopted parents are living.
Right.
And so she kills the adopted parents. The police kill her.
Because she wants the doll that's useless. It's essentially, it traps it more than a human body does.
But in this, yeah. I don't know. Why? Stop picking it apart. I don't know. That's what we do.
Me.
No, it's a good...
like when I started thinking about... I don't care about these... Like, halfway through the film, I don't care about these people. When are the important people going to show up? I started, because my mind isn't invested in the story being told.
Right.
My mind starts picking it apart. Like, why did the demon ever leave the woman to begin with?
Right. Kind of what I was doing with Equilibrium.
Why did it run? Why did it even want to get back? Like, how did it know the doll was there? It's just an empty vessel now. Is it somehow attached to it somehow?
Right.
Because it once spent time there?
So this is my final question for you. And then we can rank it. We can talk about what we watched. We do whatever. Unless you have something else.
No, my mind started kind of picking apart the inconsistencies,
the ins and outs
of how the demon works and the rules around how the demon can operate. And it just seemed very convenient, and how a lot of things were happening.
Right.
Which also added to kind of the feelings I was already having about it.
Well, no, wait a second. It needed... I think I can make it all work.
Okay. You try. Yeah.
He doesn't say that it needs permission in order to possess someone. He says it needs permission in order to harvest their soul.
Yes. But it needed permission to enter a doll.
Right. And prior to that, it was formless. Or not formless, but was not in the... Maybe once it's breached that barrier, right? Once it's in the doll, once it's allowed to interact with the physical world, it's just now it's like, okay, now I'm in, and I'm able to move from host to host if I so choose.
Sure.
Because now it can interact more physically.
Once you've possessed a human being, would possessing a human being not be far more convenient and powerful to you than...
Yes, but I think it's trapped in... I don't know why it was after the doll again, but why it ends up back in the doll is because maybe it can't just... it's not like Supernatural where it can just smoke out of someone's mouth and into the next mouth, right? Like we've seen, it has to puke this black bile into people. And so maybe without doing that, it's in there, it's trapped, right? And so the fact that it was able to bleed itself into the doll after Janice
dies,
who everyone thinks is Annabelle, because that's the name she takes on after she leaves the orphanage. That's how it didn't get trapped inside a dead body, right? Is that it was able to bleed out into this doll.
Sure.
And maybe
let me see if I get what you're saying. Right.
But then it still has the physical form.
Your head canon that I feel like you're headcanoning it that inside a possessed human. See, I don't think this works. If you just with Annabelle, just looking at Annabelle, I feel like what you're saying makes some sense, in that possessing a human gives you more freedom as a demon.
Yeah,
but you're also kind of trapped inside a walking cage.
Demon rules in the Conjuring universe.
But then what I just said falls apart if you look at the nun verse.
How do demons work? Okay, so my boyfriend and I are watching the Conjuring movies, and I made an observation after watching Annabelle. So basically, the nun, from the beginning of the first Nun, killed herself in order to avoid being taken by the demon. Yet, In the first Annabelle movie, Evelyn jumps out the window in order to kill herself for the demon. My understanding was that the evil needed a living soul. Different demons have different objectives and how they execute things. The ram from Annabelle, the ram demon, specifically requires a living soul through willingness or forced possession. Valak is a demon on a mission to defile everything that's holy, hence the way it killed the nuns and tempted them to hang themselves.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't think that doesn't really answer any of the questions.
My final question for you will be, are you the type of person, so moving forward, in the next film, when we sit down and we watch The Conjuring with the pretense that this is true story, this one happened.
Am I going to wear diapers? Yes.
Are you the type of person, well, maybe that answers my question. Are you the type of person that goes afterwards watching it going, okay, holy shit? Or are you the type of person that goes, nah, I call bullshit. No, it didn't freaking happen. Do you buy, how much face value do you take that at?
I would take it, I'd take it at pretty face value.
Yeah.
I mean, as a Christian, I already believe in a lot of what people would consider spiritual. I think there's a great line in this from, what was the character's name? It was, I already went away from it. Anyway, in the bookstore, the mom asks, "You think I'm crazy?" And she's like, it's just, she mentioned something about gospel Christianity stuff and how people believe in crazier things all the time.
Right.
And I'm just like, that's kind of, I believe a guy was born to a virgin, died on a cross, came back 3 days later.
Right. So there's...
And then ascended into heaven. So, yeah, I believe in spiritual warfare and all that stuff. But even if I've never seen it myself, doesn't mean I don't believe it. So, we watch Conjuring 2 weeks from now. I mean, I'm not going to laugh it off as an impossibility.
Right. So you would put stock then in the Amityville Horror Story, when George and Kathy Lutz are saying, look, we moved into this house and all of this horrible shit happened. And a lot of people are like, they're just fame seekers. They're full of shit. That stuff doesn't happen. You're more like, I mean, they seem...
So I would say that stuff can happen. I would also say that there are some people that do kind of
fame seeking. Yeah.
We're getting, it's fun. It's kind of fun talking about faith stuff on the Movie Men podcast. It's weird, but speaking in tongues is a big thing in the Christian faith.
In some denominations,
in most evangelical denominations, would believe that speaking in tongues is a thing. Even Catholic faith would ascribe to it.
Right.
It's right there in the New Testament. It's a spiritual gift that one can receive. But there are definitely some churches, especially in some denominations, where they espouse that you're not saved until you actually speak in tongues, which I think is absolutely hogwash.
Okay, all right,
right. So, if you,
I'd never heard of that.
It's a thing.
Man,
if you're attending a church like that,
churches are so loopy.
You really feel like this is where you belong, and you really believe in this stuff, but you've never done that, and people all around you are doing it in the middle of a service, and you're just like, people want to belong.
Yeah.
So
they fake.
They'll fake it.
Fake it. Listen, I've seen someone supposedly doing it. And I would be lying if I said to you when I was watching this happen, I'd be lying if I didn't say that I was skeptical as hell. I was just like,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
I come from a more conservative,
Just like that,
conservative theological background.
Yeah.
So my take on it is usually if somebody's speaking in tongues, there'll be somebody there that can interpret it and will understand what they're saying.
Right. Okay.
And there's some biblical
backup for
that.
Okay.
So that's my take on it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. All right.
Anyway,
on a scale of 0
off topic.
On a scale of 0 to a little bit. On a scale of 0 to 10, how would you rank the 2014 film Annabelle?
4.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just kind of eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
What do you give it?
I'd give it a 5. I'm indifferent. Take it or leave
Did we
it.
do that right? I thought you were supposed to go first there, I think. Weren't we doing if your pick you
right.
go first?
Yeah, I was supposed to go first.
Yeah, you're supposed to go
Yeah.
first.
I give it a 5. What do you give it?
I give it a 4.
No, it's nothing. I don't think it's trash. I think it has some good scares. It has some fun. It has some improvements over Annabelle Creation.
But overall it's weaker.
But I think it's overall weaker. And I think I gave Annabelle Creation like a 6.5 maybe.
Yeah. Well, we got to go back and write those down.
Yeah, we got to do that. We keep saying that. Yeah, I'll let you go back and
make me
deep
listen
dive.
to all those. Okay.
Well, I mean, I edit the show and I got shit on the go.
I'll do some work.
Yeah. So I give it a 5. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone, but I also wouldn't talk anyone out of watching it.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
I would.
In the middle of the road.
But I'd talk somebody out of watching all of them.
What did you watch this week?
Okay. It was a busy week and weekend, so I didn't get a whole lot. Didn't do family movie night this week.
What?
No family friendly movie on my list.
What?
Well, sorry. Dang frog rivet. My in-laws were they're celebrating their 40th wedding anniversary.
Okay.
So all their kids planned a big hoo-ha for them this past Saturday.
A hoo-ha.
Yeah. So between all that and some other stuff, it just didn't have much time for a family movie night. But
isn't hoo-ha like a slang term for your penis?
It can be a slang term for many things.
Right? If I was like,
out of the gutter.
If I was like, Carl, your hoo-ha's showing, what would you think I was saying?
What if I said your shindig's showing?
I would say it usually is.
we did. Emily and I were able to find an evening where we watched The Highwaymen.
Ah.
Do you know this film?
I know it. I have not seen it, but I know it.
Film about the tracking down, capture, and termination of Bonnie and Clyde.
Mm-hmm.
The cast includes 2 amazing actors who are like, they're up there in my kind of, I'll watch anything they're in. Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson. Like, how can you go wrong? Freaking awesome. Love those guys.
Yeah.
Kathy Bates is in it. Oh, man. Such a good film. Really, really good. I loved how you don't see Bonnie and Clyde until the very end.
Oh, okay.
I don't think this is a spoiler. They die. But
I mean,
even
at
saying,
some point, for sure.
Even saying that you don't see them till the very end is kind of I don't think it's a spoiler. But like, yeah, you literally don't see their faces until their last moments.
Right.
And in that last moment, you're like, damn, they're just kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
they were young.
They were very young. But it was really kind of cool kind of seeing, because they played up the celebrity of them.
23 and 25.
Yeah, they played up the celebrity of these two people, and how even though they were murderers and bank robbers, people loved them.
Yeah. It became a thing, right?
Yeah. Like, and this is like just before World War II, so like the Great Depression era.
Yeah.
It was a really good film. I really enjoyed it. Outside of that, I guess I do kind of enjoy it though. The most recent half season. Oh man, I kind of hate Netflix for this, but they got to make money, keep people subscribed. The first half of the most recent season of Bridgerton.
Okay.
Dropped, and Emily is really keen on Bridgerton, and
so that's why you have to.
And I do enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's just like a weird gossip rom TV show set in England in the whatever century,
19th century.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, doesn't really have anyone like big in it, eh?
No, not really.
That's nice though.
I'm sure some of those actors are bigger over in England.
Sure. Or bigger in things that are similar to that we just don't watch.
Yeah.
Right? So we just don't know them. Cool.
What did you watch?
My sister came over on Sunday and we watched Yes Man. She had never seen Yes Man.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's a Jim Carrey fan. And it was funny. I was like, "Have you seen Yes Man?" And she's like, "Well, what is it?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a Jim Carrey movie where he's not allowed to say no to anything. He has to say yes to everything."
Yeah.
And she's like, she had the same response that every other person had back when this film came out. She said, "Isn't that Liar Liar?" And I said, no, it's kind of like...
He tells the truth in that.
Yeah. I said, it's kind of like the spiritual sequel to Liar Liar. But she liked it. It was fun. It's good.
Yeah.
And it is good. It holds up.
Yeah. I like that one because, that's the one where he like learns to play the guitar and he
saves a guy.
Yeah. He does all this kind of cool stuff that the character would normally say no to.
And it has much, I
love the scene where he's running up to the observatory and he's like all hopped up on energy drinks.
And then he crashes. Yeah. It's one of the Jim Carrey movies, much like Liar Liar in this sense, that really has something to say. Right? In that...
Yeah. There's kind of there's a big takeaway.
Yeah. Break out of your bubble, break out of your comfort zone, and do things. Try things.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Carl thanks you.
Thank you.
He's, it makes it worth it.
Yes. This makes it all worth it.
Make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all listed below.
That down. I'm pointing.
And
it's right
Threads.
Here.
I mean, we're on...
Click the link where I'm pointing.
We're on Threads. I just don't know what to do with it. So, I mean, you can also follow us on Threads.
I'm wearing Threads.
Yeah. Not your Movie Man swag this week, though.
No.
But
they could buy swag.
The hell? What the hell?
They could buy swag. Where's your Movie Man swag? I've never seen you wear any Movie Man swag.
Every single day of the week, I'm wearing my Movie Man underwear.
I've never seen it.
I'll show you after.
Okay.
Make sure you check out our Patreon page, where for as little as $1 a month, you can support the show, get some fun perks in return.
Maybe we'll show you Brady's underwear.
Maybe my underwear, including exclusive episodes that you can only get through our Patreon, video versions of some of the episodes, video versions of the Planet of the Apes episodes, which there will be another one dropping shortly.
Links right here where I'm pointing.
Yep. That's how that works. Carl's still in the mode of... Carl used to be in my YouTube videos. And so now he's getting confused. And we have merch.
Yeah.
The aforementioned merch.
Yeah, click this link right here to take you the merch.
We don't sell the Movie Men underwear. But that's mostly just because it's regular underwear that I took a Sharpie and wrote the Movie Men podcast on. Because I'm cheap.
Yeah.
Because I'm cheap. I have no idea what Carl's making me watch next week. Not a clue.
Oh, I got one picked out.
Do you? You're ready to go?
Okay. I said this last week about last week's film. And
Equilibrium.
Yeah.
But I was lukewarm to it.
But I said this to you earlier. I really think this one's going to hit home for you. I think you're going to love it. There is a chance that it won't. Like,
yeah.
I've showed this to Emily and she was not interested. That being said, you and Emily have vastly different tastes in movies. I think in this, the aspect of what this film is, I think we align a little bit more in taste-wise.
Okay.
I think you're really going to enjoy it. I don't think you'll be able to pick it out.
I haven't loved any of the films you've had me watch. Of all of them, I liked Prince of Thieves the most.
Yeah.
But I also didn't mind the orgy mutilation in Conan.
Right. That was fun. Yeah.
Anytime you can show up at an orgy
just
with a sword,
people's heads off.
Start lobbing people's heads off.
You didn't kill any of the women in that scene.
I'd cancel plans for that, man. Like,
he was a complete gentleman.
He was.
He didn't touch any of the ladies.
Well, gentleman or a giant perv. And just wanted
them all for himself.
After I kill all of these women, you are going to come over here and I will show you my schnitzel.
Well, what is best in life?
Throwing naked witches into fire.
Oh, besides that. But yeah, anyway.